Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Judy and this is Running So and So. And here I am with Friday Sews, but I'm recording this on Thursday evening because I am so desperate to show you what I've been doing, or to tell you what I've been doing. I'm going to start straight in and say that I've had a really busy few weeks doing this, that and the other. The first thing I've tried to do is to increase my fitness levels, which has involved cycling to school. Now, there's two reasons for this. One, I'm not wasting money on petrol, which means I've got money to spend on sewing related stuff or trips out. And at the moment it's trips out because I've got a trip out on Sunday to my dog breed club in Cheshire, and I will take the camera along to that. Then I'm going to my brother's in Epping. Then I've got a couple of days out sewing related. So I need petrol because they're both long distances. So I'm trying to save some money, but making an adjustment to your lifestyle, going from driving to work to going on your bike, does mean that you get a bit tired. So I'm afraid I spent last week and the week before really quite sleepy, but I have been sewing and I have done quite a few repairs. I have repaired and shortened a pair of curtains for a lady in the village. She managed to get a sunlight burn on them, so I've had to take the side in. Just put a little picture in here of me measuring, and I used my tables for my measuring right from the top to the bottom, which was brilliant. Then I shortened a pair of curtains for a colleague, which are diggers. Put that one in as well. And then I did an emergency repair for my next door neighbour, and we won't even go there because I was lost. And then I got a Facebook message from a lady I've done repairs for, acquaintance in the village for quite a long time, and she said, "Got two dresses, can you take them up?" "Not a problem," I said. One of them she'd actually bought on eBay for £5. It was a Topshop dress. It's really pretty. I will show it next week. So I've got that to alter over next week. But she paid £5 for this dress, so she said, "I don't care what it costs to get it altered to make me fit. It's still going to be cheaper than buying a new dress." And an emergency repair for her for this weekend. Her husband's trousers need taking out for a wedding. So these are what I use for my repairs. These are just cheap baskets that I bought in our local hardware shop in York. Excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. And I just put them in there. Then I can take them upstairs and I can put them in my linen cupboard, because the linen cupboard's got a door, excuse me, leaning across you, that opens outwards, which means the dogs can't open it, and everybody else's clothing is safe if I store it in there. And that's where I store the curtains as well. But I need to tell you what I'm wearing. I am wearing my Lisa hoodie by Bobbins and Buttons. Bobbins and Buttons. Put it across the bottom here. It's their new pattern, the Lisa hoodie. And like Helen from Stitch Rip Repeat, we both were pattern testers. And I think that that Julia let quite a lot of us pattern test, which was great. And I have used my pack of fabric that I bought a few months ago from First for Fabrics. It's the one where Tamzin put them together. She put together a plain, a pattern and a matching cuff. Now I've done a 3/4 length sleeve because I have to say I'm forever pulling up the sleeves. This is great. The sleeves sit where I want them. And as you can see on the picture here, I've got a pocket at the front, I've got a lined hood, and I've got a vented side. Now I'm going to insert a video took when I did the cuffs, because I wanted to show the benefit of using the free arm that you've got on your sewing machines, which is a little bit like that, and how you can use it for the cuff. I'm actually doing a pattern test for a hoodie. Just checking to make certain I'm in line here. So I've talked a lot about using the free arm on your sewing machine and what it should be used for. Now here it is. This is the free arm. And this allows you to put a cuff over the end of the arm completely and sew round it as so. I'm hoping this works. And I'm on a very funny angle, but I'm actually going to sew it in real time. So I've got my stitches completely preset. I'm actually using the stretch stitch on my sewing machine. Sometimes when you're sewing cuffs onto, start that again. When you're sewing a cuff onto a piece of jersey, this is a lovely, I've got a mixture of a lovely sort of fleecy jersey, sweatshirting, and I've just got some Okotex, really lovely t-shirt jersey. It came in a bundle from First for Fabrics. And it's the two colours go together beautifully. I think these were some of the packs that Tamlin put together. Oh, I think probably February, March, January, February. Anyway, using your free arm on your sewing machine, you can put your cuff on and it makes it easier. You might not think it's easier to sew. Trust me, it is, because you're not going on the inside and it will just take it round. The pins are in the way. I'm taking the pins out before we even get to them, because once it's stretched over here, it won't move. And it just feeds through beautifully. It is very, very tight, and I am helping feed it through, but it does feed through nicely. There's the last one. Because you've got to stretch the fabric to get the cuff in. And here it comes through. Ooh. I will show you the finished garment when the pattern is released. This is the second pattern test I've done. Actually, I've not done many pattern tests. And this is the second one I've done consecutively. Quite enjoy it, actually. It's great stash busting. So I'm going to pull this through and just show you what it looks like. It is just a sleeve and a cuff. Look at that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And it gives you that little bit of fullness and a lovely, it's taking it into the cuff absolutely beautifully. Really, really beautifully. I thought I got a pucker then, but I haven't. You won't get a pucker. You'll get a little bit of gathering. Let me show you again how it goes on with this side. I've got the pins in, but the pins will be coming on. So here is the end of my machine. I can't speak for other machines. I know the free arm on my Elna would not do this. And this is one of the reasons that I like Benina, is that their free arm is literally what it says it is. It's narrow and you can get, you work underneath and a cuff will go over this. I had to sew a hood on to this garment and that went completely round through it there as well. So it allows that free motion to feed your work through. And when you can feed your work through, you will get the much better quality of seam. And for those of you that have got machines with presets, I have, that you can alter, I've taken the preset for the jersey stitch, the seam stitch. I'm getting done by the pins here. Oops. All I need to do is to get it on, and I'm stuck on a pin. This is not fair, this is not good. Not good for videoing. Come off, Mr. Pin. As long as I keep the one on the... There we are, it's on. So they can now come off, because what I need to do is to hold this one in place. This is the important one. And as you go through, because it's pulled quite tightly, you can actually guide it through beautifully, and making certain that you've got no puckers or no gathering, no stretching in the wrong place. And you need to feel, because I've just felt underneath there, I've got the fabric has got folded back. It is now flat. Now, I can't, as I say, I can't speak for other machine brands. I can only speak for my own. And knowing that this particular brand has the free arm like so. I think from memory, Rachel's Faff does. As for other brands, I really can't say. And in fact, this is so stretchy, I can actually get two fingers and help it feed it through, because it is so tight. But it's easier to sew it like this than to sew it the other way. Believe me. Back to the beginning. It is probably a little too tight, but I know that I will get a really good stitch. So this free arm is a hidden tool on your sewing machine. If you can use it to help you do your cuffs and everything, do it. It's there to help you. And I have got perfect cuffs. Absolutely perfect bulk-free cuffs. And you can see, let's see the 3 colours that Tamlin put together there. So these are the 3 colours that I had in this particular pack. I can't even remember what it was called. She did a vlog, she did a Instagram story on colour blocking a Linden sweatshirt. It was a First for Fabrics thing on Instagram, and it was on when I was poorly. And I saw this little selection of bundles that came up and I thought, oh, I need this. And when this pattern test came through, I thought, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to use to make it. So tantalisingly, I can't show you any more. So I hope you enjoyed that little tiny bit. I couldn't show it you earlier because obviously the pattern test had to be kept secret. So those are the bits I've done there. Now last weekend, as well as doing the curtains, I did some embroidery, and my machine's here and my embroidery unit is just there because my teaching assistant that I had in my last teaching job, she said to me, could I please embroider some muslin squares. You know those muslin squares we use for babies to catch things? And she wanted baby's name across the front. It was going to cost her an extortionate amount on Etsy. So I said, I'll just do them for you. I mean, Laura was just the most lovely teaching assistant. So I'm going to picture in there, baby is called Cooper. Cooper has got 2 older siblings. There's quite a big gap between Cooper and his 2 siblings, but they are a lovely, lovely family, and it's been a real delight to do those for Cooper because she said he's really sort of cuddling into them and she wanted to keep them as a memory. So everything is still out. The embroidery unit is out because Melanie now has a grandson as well as a granddaughter, and he has got the most delightful name. I can't put a picture in because it's not my job to put a picture of somebody else's baby in. But the baby is called Remy Oswald, and I think it is just the most beautiful name. So I've said to Melanie if Sophie would like some for Remy, just to get me some muslin squares and I'll embroider them. But I know that they are slightly delayed today because it's granddaughter's 3rd birthday today. Now, what else have I been doing? So that was the weekend, and in between all that I was carrying on with my pattern test for Jenny Stitches. Now, as you might have seen on Crystal, my social thread, Crystal and I and Rachel, oh, and there's quite a few of us, we're all pattern testers. We are bloggers for Jenny Stitches, and you'll have seen my first blog, which I did because I wanted, it was my pearl cardigan, and I wanted to put that, I'll put a link to it in my description box. So my first blog for Jenny was my pearl cardigan. Now the reason I did that, Jenny didn't pay me, didn't give me the fabric for it. I loved that pattern and that particular fabric so much, I thought, oh, if Jenny will let me, I think I'll do a blog for it just to test myself because I'd never written a blog before. Thankfully, it was brilliant. So I hope if you've read that and you've seen my vlog on it, again, there'll be more links in the description box. I really love that pearl pattern. It is an absolutely unique, stunning pattern, and if you've not made it yet, I would suggest you put it on your list of things to look at. But what I am making for Jenny is, and I know that Crystal's told everybody what she's making, I'm making the Ilford Jacket by the Friday Pattern Company. I hope it's that. And I'm using soft shell, and that's all I'm going to show you. It's soft shell. Look, can you see? So it's got your soft shell on this side, and it's got a lovely like fleecy colour on the back, fleecy fabric on the back, fleecy colour. This is because I've been cycling to a fleecy fabric on the back. And I'm using wonder clips, you know those little bulldog clips like this, to pin the bits together. So that is ongoing. Now I can tell you now, if you go wrong on soft shell, it don't matter, it does not leave a pin mark or a stitch mark. Mrs. Fusspot has already taken a couple of seams out twice because they weren't perfect enough for me. Everybody's different. Please, please do not be influenced by me. So this is how I store. Well, I'm going to talk another vlog on storage, but I've bought more baskets to store my work in so that I can store it safely around the kitchen. I've had a real tidy up in my sewing space, but I've not finished yet. I'm going to have a de-stash. I've done a little bit of a de-stash before, but I am going to have a de-stash, and I'm gathering together some fabrics because there's fabrics there that I'm not going to use, and I just don't think that they fit the bill for what I wanted them for. But that's a different story at a different time. And you can see behind me here, there's been a little bit of ordering. Oops, over there, not there. It's down to there. You can't see it because the sewing machine's in the way, but there's been some more orderly work done. It's always good if you're doing something big in your sewing rooms, I think, to pull everything out. Then you can have a big tidy up and put things back again. And doing that, I lost a whole load of time because I've got a pair of trousers to alter for somebody in the village as well. I would like to sew for me, but I have had some fabric this week. I've had my Sew Hayley Jane box, but I've not done a videoed unboxing. I couldn't get it done in the time that it needed to be done to get it up in that early time where everybody gets them up, and there's been so many. You all know what they are. I'd got a classic box with the lovely strawberry fabric in it. Now, Jenny very kindly sent me a voucher for doing my pearl blog, and I have bought something I have wanted to make for a very long time, and the lovely gift from Jenny went a long way to help buy it. With the fabric, and I have bought the By Hand London Tamzin dress, and there's just something about this dress, and I've gone backwards and forwards. I'll hold it there now, but I will insert a picture here. And I just love the style of the dress. There's just something about those pleats on the sleeves, and when I read the write-up about it on London site, it's suggesting you put a little bit of embroidery around the neck. So I thought, oh, that could be a lovely way of combining my embroidery bit of the machine with the other bit of the machine. And I am very lucky that I've got other sewing machines I can use, so I can have it embroidering something. And I've got the second banana. It's out of shot at the moment. No, it's not. It's just there. It's behind a bit on the camera, so I can be sewing other bits up at the same time. So I'm going to look at doing that now. What have I bought to make it with? I've actually been really good, and I'm not a very good user of Vilene, but I have bought it. I've bought the double gauze. Now, Ruan made me do this. Sorry, Ruan. Yorkshire Sew Girl. Ruan did the most fantastic vlog on sewing with double gauze. I'll see if I can find it and put a link. If I don't, I'm very sorry. But Ruan highlighted in her vlog the benefits and the uses of double gauze. And I have to say, I've been sewing, as all of you know, for over half a century, and I have used double gauze, but Ruan brought more uses to light in my eyes that I'd not even thought about. And that, you know, you can't say, I've been sewing for 50 years, I know it all. I don't know it all. Thank you, Ruan. You taught me something I didn't know. You showed me something I needed to investigate. So I have bought this lovely teal coloured double gauze from Jenny's Stitches, and obviously I've got my thread. I think I've got 2 reels of thread, and I love the way, it's not just Jenny, but lots of fabric companies, fabric stores give you these beautiful cards with personal messages on, and I'm not going to read it out because it's a message to me. But I do keep them, and yet another vlog I've got lined up for the summer holidays when I've got all day for them to upload on how I record my makes. The other fabric I have been lucky enough with, this has come from, it is Bobbins and Buttons. Bobbins and Buttons. Here she is. I'll hold it up there, and I'll put a picture of it just there as well. Now, Julia said, oh, my camera is going to go. Julia highlighted some fantastic fabrics that she'd got. And this is a fabric, it's an activewear fabric made from recycled bottles. So I have got this one and this, oops, falling down, to make the violet leggings for running in. So I've just come down to the bottom of my brother's garden to finish off that vlog, which I seem to record such a long time ago. But I thought I'm going to put it up because it does chat about some of the things that I have made. And there's a helicopter going over there. I have not shared anything that I have made for Me Made May because basically I think I worn something that I've made every single day. But I have a very small wardrobe of clothes because, like a lot of people, I'm desperately trying to lose a little bit of weight. So I'm wearing one of my Jussie Marinaire tops today, and I have got some Oolah leggings on, and I have worn my Lisa hoodie as well today, just to try and keep really warm. So one thing I just want to insert in now is a little bit of footage from when I went to the book launch in Sheffield for the launch of Running for Our Lives with Rachel and some of the other contributors. So I'm just going to put in a couple of pictures here of one of Rachel and myself, and then one of myself and two of the other contributors, and then one finally of the lovely Izzy from Izzo Sew Studio. And Izzy works in Sheffield, and she picked it up on Instagram and said, I'm going to come down and see you, Judi, which was absolutely delightful of her. So I'm just going to stop here and just going to pop in the little run that we did. So this is the post-book signing run. And Rachel's down there in the middle, at the very front, and I'm sort of in the middle, not quite at the back, but nearly. And we're running down wet tarmac. So it was a little run round Sheffield, but the worst thing was, for me, I got to try running shoes, and I bought some more running shoes, which was very naughty of me, but it was really nice to be able to try them before I bought them. So I'm going to sign off in a second now, but I've got another few videos going to come this week because I'm in places with fast internet. So I'm going to pop this one up, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to edit, before I leave Simon's, my vlog on making bunting, which I'd like to get up, and then I'm going to do a June proposals and get that uploaded to Rachel's on Friday. So for now, if you love what you've seen, don't forget to give me a like, and if you've not joined me on my journey, give me a subscribe, and if you are returning, I hope you have enjoyed what you've seen today, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.